Hello and welcome, I'm SimUK, and it is my goal to provide to you the most honest, fact-based critical reviews on YouTube. If you find this review helpful, then please hit that like button, subscribe, and help to support the channel by donating via the links below. Thank you so much, and enjoy the review. What do you think you'd get if you mixed football, basketball, and ice hockey together? I don't know either, but I'm pretty sure that it would look something like handball. Outside of a few select European countries, handball is not a prominent sport, despite it being a relentlessly high-paced, high-intensity and highly skilled game that has to be played to be fully appreciated. Echo or Eco Software and Nacon are back with Handball 21, and although I never played Handball 17, it is clear to see that Handball 21 has made massive steps forward in the evolution of the handball series. Handball is perhaps a sport that you're not overly familiar with. Perhaps you may have only watched handball a few times during the Olympic Games. And if that's the case, then you're not alone. Therefore, one of the most important things that Handball 21 has to do is get people interested in the sport. And to help achieve this, Handball 21 delivers a plethora of playing options. It includes Steam's remote play together, which means that if you own the game, you can get a person to join you remotely who doesn't own the game. A fantastic feature from Steam that could really help this game grow. They've also included split screen PvP. Split screen is something that used to be prominent but disappeared a few years ago, and I'm glad to see its return. And of course, we have multiplayer online as well. This is something that I haven't been able to test during the beta, but hopefully it works seamlessly. And you also have a single player career, which allows you to progress from Division 3 right up to the top flight. It includes 5 nations and varying levels of difficulty. It allows you to create your own team's kit, your logo, and a ball. And similar to FIFA's FUT, players are acquired via boost packs. They also unlock challenges and perks for you and your players. And the game also includes a basic single-season league setup. I used this to learn how to play the game, and if you want, you can watch that in full on SimUK Ultimate Realism. But bear in mind that we did go right through the mill. Lots of peaks and lots of troughs. So bearing in mind that this is a small dev team building a niche sports simulator, to me the graphics look excellent. The lighting, the shadows and the animations all look excellent. The improvements to character faces, bodies and animations on the most part are noticeably improved since 17, and most animations are smooth and believable throughout. In addition to all of that, Handball 21 is a lot of fun to play. I only realised just how fun it was after I started playing Handball 21. It has a lot of end-to-end action, like you would find in hockey or basketball, but it's not quite the same as a football game like FIFA. If you try using the football skills that you've acquired whilst playing FIFA here, it will not get you that far. Handball 21 provides a unique handling experience, and it will take you a little time and effort to master. I really hope that Nacon consider the idea of releasing a demo version for this, because handball isn't that well known, but my word, it really should be. Unfortunately, right now at least, there are no tutorials for the game, and as far as I could see, there is not even an overview of the rules, so that makes things quite difficult for total noobs like me. Once you do start to get to grips with the mechanics, you can start doing behind the back passes and shots with variety. You've got a basic shot which is on button Y, a hip shot which is on button B, and a bounce shot which is on button X. A bounce shot, as the name suggests, will hit the floor before reaching the goal. And each of those shot types also allow you to change power, direction and height. Plus, you can make them into a jump shot by pressing the L1 key. This will allow you to get over the top of your defensive opponents and try and score. Now, almost every decent shot gets a slow-mo live action moment, and often includes a full replay if you score as well. And when you score, a little sound file plays, which is again similar to ice hockey. So your team are either all out attacking or all out defending, with exception of the goalie, of course. So it is a very end-to-end style of game. The scorelines can get in excess of 20 goals, and the difference between the winners and losers can be as much as 10. When you defend as a unit. You don't necessarily control any one individual player. You can hold down the L1 button and take control of a player if you wish, but most of the time you'll be controlling the whole defensive team by moving the left thumbstick. You effectively highlight which part of the D you want to protect, and then you use the Y button to block and the B button to intercept. The A button is a push button, which is actually a foul and can definitely get you sent off. So most of the time, I just tend to mash the B button, and that kind of acts like a push anyway. Actually, this part of the game is where things do hit a bit of an issue. Handball 21 looks great, it sounds great, it's full of content, and the sport is super fun too. But right now, Handball 21 falls short of being a completely excellent game in a few key areas. There's quite a few small issues, like when teams are wearing similar coloured kits. It seems right now that the game does not handle home and away kits properly, and at times that can be quite frustrating. Now, whilst you do have control of the goalkeeper, it sometimes feels like you don't have any control at all. And I'm sure that the lack of tutorials explaining how the keeper actually works exacerbates things somewhat. So the keeper appears to face the direction of the defensive marker. So you're using the left thumbstick, which moves the defense and also makes the keeper face the right direction. So when your opponent takes a shot, you then use the right thumbstick in order to move the keeper to make the save. I also suspect that the buttons do something too, but I don't know exactly what. Regardless of what the actual situation is, sometimes it works perfectly, and other times it seems to do the exact opposite of what you've asked him to do. It's definitely an area I think could benefit from a tutorial, a practice area, or maybe a patch or two. By far though, the biggest issues in Handball 21 relate to blocking and player collisions. The intercept mechanic that I mentioned earlier when you're defending is horrific. It can be used over and over and over and over and over again without drawing a foul. And whilst it is happening, the attacking player cannot move, he cannot pass, and he cannot shoot. He has to wait until the animation is fully complete, and sometimes that pushing animation can last for 5 to 10 seconds. Even when it does work properly, you are likely to immediately take a shot at the opponent's goal, so it's not even ideal when it's working as intended. Every single block though, or push, completely breaks the game flow. Any collision of any sort causes your player to take 2 or 3 steps backwards, and the animation for this just takes way too long. This happens with any collision, at any pace, and from any direction. It always results in a complete stop, and the excessively long trip animation. If nothing else is improved in this game, that one thing is the game changer. Now for head-on collisions, I think this would be fine. But for anything else, we kind of need to be able to bounce off the player and still be able to pass or shoot, perhaps with the trajectory, speed and accuracy being impaired as part of the collision. But it certainly should not stop you outright every single time. On a side note, and loosely related to what we're talking about here, when the AI is attacking your goal, the AI can kind of push your defenders out of the way even after they have performed a perfect block. So if your defender jumps up in front of the attacker to block, your player will get moved to the left or the right, thereby opening the goal up to the attacker and giving them a clear and free shot. It's frustrating, and it needs to stop happening, but it's not a game-breaking issue. What is a game-breaking issue, however, is that your players do not react quickly enough, or sometimes at all, to loose balls. This allows AI opponents who are more than twice the distance away from the ball to get to the ball before your player does, and that definitely is a problem that needs addressing. Passing is another area that needs a bit of work. Right now, you kind of need to be facing the person that you want to pass to. Otherwise, it tends not to pass the ball at all. Sometimes it will pass to somebody else, even when you're looking at the person you want to pass to. And there are two special passes, the bounce and the lob buttons. Now, they only seem to work for me 20% of the time. At times, I have had to press the lob button 7 times before it actually works. In addition to all of those, the game has crashed on me 3 times in approximately 20 hours of gameplay, and I've experienced some strange bugs when trying to substitute players. But even with all of these issues and game-breaking bugs, the game really does still shine. It's just so much fun, and when you get a good match, it's really enjoyable. For certain, the foundation of an excellent game is here. The potential of this game is huge. And if they can get the issues that I have mentioned in this review sorted out, then this game would definitely be something that I would recommend everyone try. Which is why I hope they bring out a demo version. Because I really do think that handball is a sport that you need to play to fully appreciate. And I hope that this review has been helpful for you guys. Please do take a look at our Let's Play series over on SimUK Ultimate Realism, and if you like this review, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you've got a couple of quid spare, then do consider donating to the channel to help us make more reviews like this one today. Thank you so much for your time, take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye for now. Now I open it, are you ready? 4, 2, 9, 1. Oh yeah!